not on.
Come on.
It is not wanting to work. Okay, we're going to.
Oh,
there we are. We oh, okay, you can hear us now. Perfect.
Can you hear us when we talk like this?
Maybe. I think it's. Yes, you can
okay.
hear us. We'll just have to talk very, very loud because I think it's quiet when we don't have the microphones. Technology, eh?
Yeah.
I think they weren't charged enough or something. I don't know,
They've
but
been
they're always in the charge. We've been using them a lot. Maybe they're just bit the bullet.
Maybe it's time for maybe some new mics.
Yeah, and maybe we should get the little ones that like are really tiny. Little, you can barely see them and stuff. We could also get like one of the standing ones that kind of sits here,
and then we could just plug in, and instead of being Bluetooth, it's direct.
Lots of options out there.
So I'm sure we'll figure something out. Well, thank you for bearing with us.
Oh my gosh, thank you for letting us know and not letting us just yammer on and not. You can't hear anything. That's great. Okay. Do we want to try it for the third time?
I'll try.
Claire was talking about her dress.
I made my dress a few years ago, and it was too big, so I took out the button placket. It's a little tight in the shoulders, but it also made the waistband too thick for the button.
Yeah.
So what I did is I added
I
put a hook on the waistband, and then it actually doesn't like pull at the button either.
Yeah.
And it actually works out.
Yeah, it works out nice.
Fine.
What pattern is that?
I think it's called Emily.
Which company?
I have no idea.
How are you supposed to know these things?
I know. I can't find the pattern, but I think I bought it here like 5 years ago.
It's very. It's reminding me of something, but I cannot.
Or Amelia, or Millie, or no, those are the pajamas.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's gonna come to me later today.
I will look for it at home. I know it's in my file folder, but I just didn't get it.
Speaking of patterns, we have a whole bunch of new patterns from Named Patterns. Named Patterns, I believe, are from Finland. And they have these super cozy pants and shorts, so flowy. This would sew up really nicely in the all-day tencel twill that we have. It would be super drapey and comfy. I really like their patterns. This is an older one, I think, but maybe newish for us. But you always need a good robe.
I like the look of this robe a lot.
I love the look of it. Yeah. Just very classic, but then there's this cute dress and like
it can also be a vest.
Yeah, it reminds me like very 90s businesswoman vest. Love it. I love this fabric though. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Big plaid pink gingham. Love it. It's my fabric right there. Yeah, that's a lot of darts. Oh, and you get some fitting with princess seams. So I love fitting with princess seams because you can get a really lovely fit fairly easily with princess seams. So they've got some princess seams and some darts. So this would fit so nicely. I actually am super intrigued by this pattern.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could pull it off, but I like it. I also have a problem, not a problem, but I wear a lot of sweaters. So dresses that have big sleeves that you can't get into a cardigan, I have trouble with because I get cold.
It could be a good thing for you for the summer though.
Yeah.
In like a double gauze.
And then I feel really weird not wearing a sweater.
I know you're
so used to wearing sweaters. It's so bad. My husband calls me a grandma because I always have a cardigan on. It's okay. I'm okay with that. I love the placket though. The placket would be so fun. Class with the dress with the princess seams. Ooh, possibly. I could see Catherine really wanting to tackle that one.
Especially with those matching plaids.
And there's pleats.
Yeah.
There's a button placket. Yeah. Yeah, we could definitely see about that. Yeah. I'll let Catherine know. Yeah,
This would also make a super cute pajama dress.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? It really would. And you don't have to wear the placket button up. You could always like have it open. Yeah, I literally just liking that. And then this looks super comfy too. And I like how like there's two very distinct different views that would do two very distinct like outfits. This dress would be so comfy and lovely and like swishy. And that top could go with the pants.
Yeah.
I think they made that to go together. And that pants could go with this vesty top. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be nice. Yeah.
There's your little summer capsule
They
wardrobe.
definitely put a little capsule wardrobe together there for you. Yeah, I really like named patterns. They have lovely instructions and the packaging is beautiful. Yeah. So
speaking of matchy,
there you go.
We got these really cute clothing labels in. So these ones say cutie pie.
Oh, and they got bows on them. I love bows.
Oh, I get the cutie pie to put on clothes I make for my boyfriend.
Because he's a cutie pie.
You would not like that, I said that. These ones have hearts. I love them.
And stripes?
And stripes, hearts and
So
stripes.
yeah, it looks like they have 4 of each. So there's 2 different labels in there.
Yes. Yeah. And then there's these bigger ones as well.
I love these bows.
Yeah. Yeah.
A good bow. I have some fabric that's just got bows all over it. One is that's been marinating in the stash for a very long time, and it was so popular. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, Marc Jacobs did this beautiful bow print, and I managed to get my hands on some. Still sitting in the stash. One of these days.
Well, that dress with the possibly.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. And so Matchy also has some buttons that are super cool.
And I love these ones.
Yeah, those are cute.
I love like the big bright colors of these. They match my glasses.
And these are just more brownie hues. They are from Annette. I have to look this up. Because buttons have been made from so many different things over the course of history. Bone, pearl, metal, wood, and then there's a lot that have been made out of like nuts and stuff. Have you ever seen someone take an avocado pit and cut it and make it into buttons?
Yes, I have seen.
It would be so cool to do.
It would be cool.
I have a whole bunch in my freezer because I was like, oh, I'm going to use them to dye some fabric, and they're just sitting there. But yeah, these are some sort of net.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I can't remember the name.
Or
it starts with a C, I think I'm looking it up right now. Because it is on our website.
But these are a nice size. They'd be good for knitting.
Yes, sweater, like,
yep. Like if you do like a cardigan, they're a good size for that. Or if you want like really nice statement buttons on a dress or a little jacket.
Corozo net buttons. They're custom dyed. Lovely. They are from the seeds of the Tegua palm tree. There you go. That's super cool. I love when you're like, that doesn't look like a net, but it is. I love that. I think that's super cool.
And they have a coating on them.
They do.
So if you are like me and you have nut allergies, you're okay.
Oh, I never even thought about that.
Just don't eat them.
Yeah, don't eat them. Yeah.
But they do
don't
have
put them in your mouth.
They do have like a seal.
Yes.
Like a sealant on them, so you'll be okay.
So none of the oils or anything are gonna touch you. I never even thought it, because I don't have a nut allergy.
That was my first thought.
Yeah, it's amazing how other people view the world differently than yourself. Yeah, remember that commercial? You mean you're probably too young. Don't you put it in your mouth? Don't put your buttons in your mouth. For numerous reasons. Choking hazard, and if you have a nut allergy. Okay.
Speaking of old commercials.
Yes. Oh my God. So we've had this pattern in before, the house hippo. I brought it in because I was like, oh, that's super cute. And I grew up watching that house hippo commercial. And, I think every kid in the 80s and 90s wanted a house hippo living in their house. That would have been so cool. Obviously, I didn't have one, but so I brought it back again. And then as they were coming in, we got this kit to make a house hippo out of felt. And it even comes with the little potato chips because the potato chips are his preferred food. He loves potato chips.
That's really cute.
So yeah, we have these two patterns. This one's not going to last very long because we only got a couple left, but I will be ordering more, so we'll get more. And then both of them were in, and I was sitting around and I said, Caitlin, let's do a funny video. So if you've looked at our Instagram, we have a really cute little video where we took this sound from the commercial and we skittered these guys across the store. And it was a lot of fun. And we have too much fun working here, I think.
No, we don't have too much fun. Does this one, I haven't had a chance to look at what these ones come with.
So it comes with step-by-step photo instructions, your paper pattern pieces. It has a wool blend felt, the safety eyes, embroidery floss, and needles and pins. It does not come with stuffing. For a couple of reasons. First of all, the stuffing would make the packaging much bigger, and so if you, to make it easier for mailing, the designer decided not to put stuffing in. And also, it uses so little stuffing that it says no stuffing is included, but since the piece is so small, I encourage you to use felt and fabric scraps, cut it into small pieces, just as well as traditional stuffing. So she thought you might have something around the house that you could use instead. And so I thought that was brilliant. Yeah. So aren't these adorable? Oh my god.
I love the pink one.
The pink one's so cute.
It's just so cute.
And this you can make it out of fabric, or you can make it out of, because this is just a sewing pattern, you can make it out of fabric, you could make it out of felt as well, because they're not terribly huge. One is 6 inches high and one is 5 inches high, so they're not really massive. But from Rita Van Tassel, these are Canadian as well. So they are produced in Canada by a Canadian designer. And she's got a bunch of different little animals.
I love his little water
wings. And guess what? The water wings, removable. So cute. Oh my god, I love it so much. Yeah, so we got this little guy. We have an octopus in 2 different colors. I just grabbed one. And she includes the wires to make his legs movable.
That's
so you can
cool.
reposition those legs.
Like curl the legs around like a curtain rod.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And apparently it looks more complicated than it is. She just said he's got a lot of legs, so it's going to take you a lot of time to get it together. Do you remember the movie Love Actually?
Yes.
And then the grandma had to make an octopus costume for the nativity scene at the play.
There's a lobster.
There's an octopus. The one mom made a lobster costume because apparently there was also lobsters at the nativity. And then there was a grandma who made an octopus, and she goes, "It's a lot of legs, David." She wanted her kid to go. And it was just really funny. And there was like a giant whale there.
Oh, yeah.
Who knew that there was so many sea creatures at the nativity? It's funny. That movie's like kind of canceled now, eh? Because it's got some very problematic stuff that, you know, wouldn't really fly today.
I've only seen it once.
Oh my god, I've seen it too many times. It came out when I was in university. And like it had all the big stars right at the time. And so it was a Christmas one, but it was a romance. Like it checked all the boxes for me. And so I've watched it probably 30 times. Yeah. And then now I'm like, I feel bad if I just feel like, oh, I'll ignore those bad bits. Anyways, we also have a shark and a space kitty. The space kitty's super cute.
He is cute.
His name is Space Boy. It's based on some artwork that is very Canadian and out there. I'm not super familiar with it, and what's nice about this guy is like the back is just as detailed as the front. So on the back you see his little back of his head and you see his little tail sticking out. It's super, super cute. So these are all on the website and ready for your stitching. Yeah, so cute. What else did we get? Oh,
yes.
Look at these quilt kits in. They're beautiful. This is Lizzie House. She's a Canadian designer. And this is from her collection Love Letter. And it is a quilt pattern that she came up with. She designed it, and it's beautiful. And it uses all of her fabrics from Love Letter. So in this kit, you get everything for the top and binding. It does not include the backing and does not include the batting. But this is a big quilt. It's 80 by 80, so
lots of fabric in that box.
Lots of fabric. It's quite heavy. And it's just beautiful. Now, there is curves in there, but curves are not too hard to do. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's available. We only have a couple of them, so
There are 3.
There are 3. Yeah. So, and I love how they come in these beautiful boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so pretty. Yeah. So that's new. And here, why don't you talk about
Yeah, on quilting, we've been making quilt blocks for.
Yeah.
We've been trying to do every collection that we get in this year. We're gonna make a quilt block for it.
Just so you can see the fabrics and how they interplay together and see them sewn up. It's kind of a nice idea.
So we have a couple by Caitlin. She made this one for the
Blooming Memories.
And then the Isabella collection from Liz and Irene.
Liz and Irene, yeah. It's super cute.
And then we've got
Liberty.
Liberty. This is the Botanist's Walk. And
Liberty is so classic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That Liberty has been flying off the shelf. If you want Liberty, I'd get it now. It's not going to last terribly long. Yeah. Liberty is just such a beautiful aesthetic, and it's always floral. So if you like flowers, it's really... You did this one,
I did
right?
this one. I've been having too much fun making these. I've made 3 now.
I like how it has like the little white borders. It's super cute.
Yeah, they I thought it was going to be too busy.
No.
When these were just next to this.
I see.
So I added the white border, and it's kind of like a window frame.
Yeah, I think it totally works. Yeah, it totally works.
And then I did this one as well.
Oh, I love these little acorns, and then fussy cutting this fox.
I love the little fox.
So cute.
And then I think this is my new favorite quilt block.
This is a fun quilt block.
And I did a little heart in the middle.
That is a little heart in the middle. I love a good sawtooth star.
Yeah.
My most favorite classic quilting motif. Love it.
And it was my first time, so I had to piece this.
Oh.
So you can't actually tell.
No, because they look like half square triangles.
Yeah.
Did you sew them as half square triangles?
No,
I sewed them as a flying geese.
I sewed it as
I will
flying
tell
geese.
you that you can mimic flying geese with 2 half square triangles. So
it was my first time doing flying geese.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh no, my fabric isn't big enough. I'll just make it bigger.
Yeah, so you could have just done half
That's
square
okay.
triangles. That's
I
okay.
didn't know how to do the math.
I know math. There's so much math in like quilting.
But yeah, I love the little heart.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
super cute.
it's-
I love how this is like framing the heart, and it's so contrasting, but it goes with everything.
Yeah,
It's
the
so
one thing I
pretty.
kind of wished is if I'd made the background for the heart the white as
Mm.
well. Mostly so that it pops a little bit more, but
I think you're okay with
I think it's okay.
Yeah. I like that one. That's cute.
so-
Yeah, so anytime we get a new collection, we're going to try to put up a quilt block so everybody can see. And I think at the end of the year, we're going to try to sew them together.
Yeah.
Into
a big crazy quilt for
big,
the
yeah,
store.
it will be a crazy quilt.
But it'll be like a year of fabric for us
Yeah,
to like
so-
look back on.
Let's say we do 5 by 7. That's 35. Do you think we could get 35 blocks? Maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see
Because
what
there's
happens.
actually still 3 more collections that we have to make.
Which
Because we haven't done unicorn.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna do the blenders as.
Probably not.
So then there's only
Yeah.
the unicorns.
Yeah.
We need to do the denim florals.
Okay, yeah.
And my brain is blanking.
Phoebe. We haven't done any
Phoebe, the moths and the moons.
Moss, yeah, from
Yeah.
Dear Stella.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there we go. And we got a collection sitting in the back that is beautiful.
I texted Michelle yesterday. I was like, I need this.
It's gorgeous. I love
It's
the
really
colors
cute.
on it. It's from Riley Blake, and it's very pretty. Yeah, so we will have some yardage from it, and we have a fat quarter bundle, and then we'll break up some fat quarter bundles. So we'll have some fat quarters available. Lastly, let's talk about this, and then we'll go about our days. We've carried this fabric before. We have some new colors. This feels lovely. It's
Yeah.
a hemp jersey.
So there's stretch.
And it is actually cotton hemp, so it's not 100% hemp. Mostly it's 55 hemp, 45 cotton. So it's absolutely lovely. So it's already super soft, but
Yeah.
hemp actually gets softer and softer the more you wash it. Hemp is also a very durable fabric. Hemp is one of the strongest natural fabrics out there, and it has been woven or knit into fabric for a very, very long time. It's very similar to linen, so it has a lot of the same properties. And so this, like, if you were to make a t-shirt out of this, it would last you 10 years. Like, it would just keep going and going and going, and it's just such a lovely fabric. I actually really like this stuff. This is nicer than some of the other hemp jerseys we've had in the past. It's more substantial.
I like this color a lot.
The color is beautiful. I love this navy.
The navy is really
Yeah.
These colors together. If
So
you like
nice.
color
blocking and stuff. Now this doesn't have any lycra in it, so it is more suited to a oversized tee or something very loose fitting. Because if it is made into something more form-fitting, it will give with your body throughout the day, but it's not going to recover back because of the lycra not being in there. So I wash it up and it shrinks back up again. Yeah, it's more suited for drapey things. Yeah, and we got this other beautiful color.
I love this.
This color's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Look at this color. What is this one called? It is called Deep Sea.
Deep sea.
Deep Sea.
I do love this teal. There's been a lot of this year.
This is a lovely, color that's really been in this year.
It's not picking it up on the camera.
No, it's more of a deeper,
like a spruce.
Yes, it's definitely like a
green.
spruce color. It's showing up very cool on the screen, but it is a lot warmer than
See if
that.
this helps
Does that help at all?
a little bit.
A little. Or put some white next to it? No.
No.
Anyways, it's a gorgeous color.
Come in store and see it.
It is online. It is in store. It is so soft already, and it's just gonna soften and soften. It's gonna be like your favorite T-shirt, you know, that one that you always reach for. Yeah. What do we got going on in store, Clara? What do we got going on? Next week
Next week.
is Fifth Saturday. So you will be getting an email about this, but if you are a Fifth Saturday member, you will have the entire week to shop in store. So you can come in store and get 20% off of pretty much everything. There are a few exceptions, but yeah, you'll get 20% off for Fifth Saturday. And then on Fifth Saturday, which is the 29th of March, it will be online. In the morning, we're going to close the store until about noonish, and then we'll open up the store, and it will continue in store for the rest of the day. So there's lots of fun stuff that you can get 20% off. So like the hemp jersey.
New hemp jersey.
Yeah, so pretty much everything. Not irons.
And not books.
Not books, no. Book margins are just terrible. I can see why bookstores have a really hard time staying in business because you make no money off of books at all. Yeah.
And then we will not. Then after fifth, so after the 29th,
Yes.
we're going to be closed
on the Sunday.
On the Sunday,
Yeah.
and we were talking about it yesterday. Possibly also Monday. So
we will let you know because we have big things coming. We kind of teased about them in a newsletter email. And so we need to get things ready on the Sunday so that they'll be ready for the first. So, and we have to rearrange the store a little bit for it. So it's super exciting. I'm so excited about
I'm
this.
excited
Yeah.
too.
I think it's going to be super fun. So
It's gonna be a lot of ice cream.
Can you imagine we start selling ice cream?
I
Actually, we've talked about having us as a craft store, fabric store, you know, and then having like a cafe
We
right
should have a
attached to
cafe.
it, where you could come and you can have a coffee or a
cup of tea
pastry.
and a croissant.
Oh my gosh, it would be amazing. That would be like the ideal place. Actually, when I was at, I think it was H&H last year, so a trade show for crafty stuff, someone said that they had a fabric store that was also sold wine. It was like a wine, or wait, was it that? Yeah, I think it was something like that. And I was like, oh my god, that's like the perfect combination if you drink. So I love a nice glass of wine, so that would be so much fun. Can you imagine?
I would love to have a cafe.
A cafe would be nice, but you'd have to like separate things pretty good so that people don't bring their coffees into the fabric and spill it everywhere.
You have to be like, you can sit and drink your tea
Yes.
and knit over there.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so,
yeah.
and then when you're done your tea,
Yeah.
you can
I
go.
would just eat all the pastries.
Yeah. If
all
we
the good
sold ice
sweet.
cream, I would not work. I would just eat ice cream.
So my daughter,
I
who is only 6, has super gotten into the show, The Great British Baking Show. And because it sometimes is on CBC at like 5 o'clock on Sundays or Saturdays, and then during the holidays it was on, like they had a bit of a marathon. So we happened to be watching it, and she just fell in love with it. And so now we have CBC Gem, and so she's been watching it. So yesterday she was homesick, and she watched like 7 episodes of the Great British Baking Show, and she's so into it. And she was like, "Mommy, that girl, she was like making her cake and it fell, and there was a problem, but she put it back together and it was fine." She just loves it. And then my son was watching it when he got home from school with her, and he saw some delicious stuff on the screen. He's like, I would eat that, and I would eat that, and I would eat that. And I was like, yeah, totally get it. Like, yeah. His dad is a former pastry chef, and so we make a lot of stuff at home, and so they really like baking.
That's good.
Yeah. We make our own ice cream and stuff. Yeah, so they love it. And he was eating store-bought ice cream last night, and he goes, I think I prefer our homemade ice cream. I think it's better. I was like, yeah, it is better. I mean, he was having Chapman's, which is one of the best ice creams, because Ontario makes amazing ice cream. We make Chapman's, Kawartha Dairy.
I love Kawartha Dairy.
Kawartha Dairy is great. There's one that I just heard about last year that we tried for the first time. Shaw's ice cream is also very good and made in Ontario. All Canadian companies. So, yeah, you know, we have the best ice cream. Did you hear they like fired the Ben & Jerry's CEO? Like,
no.
Yes, because Ben & Jerry's is owned by like a parent company, right? And the parent company is actually Unilever. And Ben & Jerry's has also always been a pretty progressive company. It's based in Vermont, very left-wing views and like stuff like that. Apparently, Unilever fired the CEO because of his position on some of the stuff that's going on in the States right now. So people are calling for a boycott of Unilever in the States. Yeah. So, and they make so many different things.
Yeah.
So I was looking at those because we're trying to buy Canadian, and I was like, oh, we don't buy most of that, so it's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy world out there right now. So we've been yammering on for about a half an hour now, so we gotta get some stuff done. We have busy days here in the store, and so everything that we showed is online, and you can come in store and see, and we will see you next week. Bye.